Now, this fly I'm going to do today, it's called the Gulper Special. I tied in two colors. I tied in a gray body, and I also tied in a olive green body. This is a parachute type wing. I'll show you what I'm using. A number 12 dry. I'm going to use an olive green thread. You can see where I'm starting my thread is approximately where I'm going to put the post to do the parachute. Now, to build my post, I'm going to use wool. You can use Fentex, but I'm using a white wool. I'm going to use 2 strands. Now, let me put my glasses on. I'm going to put the wool on, and to build my post, I'm going to wrap the thread up. I'll show you. Just take your time, wind it around, and go up at least 1/8 of an inch. Once you get it up to 1/8 of an inch, then start winding it back down. What we're doing is building a solid post. Now I'll go down. Now, you see it's made for a nice solid post. And that's what you're going to be wrapping your hackle on. I'm going to use, for the tail, center fibers from peacock feather. Three or four. I put 2 wraps and then I pull for length. Okay. Now for the body, like I said earlier, I tied in 2 colors. The green is my preference. I use this specific fly for kokanee. It doesn't take very much dubbing. We want to keep the body nice and thin. I'm going to use a dubbing twister. just move that over. Okay. Twist it nice and tight. All right. That takes care of the body. Tie it off. Cut it off. Make sure not to cut your thread, like so. For the hackle, I'm using grizzly hackle. All right. I'm going to tie that in, and to tie it in, I prepare it. I tree it, and then I want to secure the hackle to the shank. So I cut a few fibers off. I don't want to lose that, so I'll put a half hitch on that. Now, take your hackle pliers, what I'm going to do is wind around the post like so. And climb the post as you wind a little bit. If you go too high, that's okay. I'll show you how we can bring it back down after we're finished. Tie it off. Cut the excess off, like so. Keep tension on your thread. I pinch it to tighten it, like that. I'm going to whip finish it. Like so. Now, remember I said that if you went up a little higher than you wanted, you could bring it down. And the way to do it is you grab two strands like so and pull, and it forces it down. Now, what we're going to do, you take your scissors cut it so that it's just above, like so. I carefully trim anything that sticks up from the dubbing that I don't want. Like so. Now, when I put the cement on, I'm going to use a dubbing needle, smaller than the brush. That was a little too small. I'll use this one. I'll put some on the thread, like so. Now I'm going to put some on the only reason I put it on there is I don't want anything to roll off. That's locked everything in. You now have a parachute fly called Gulper Special. This is a very good fly, with one exception. The good part, the points of this fly is it floats nice in the water, nice and high. The bad point, I only have one issue with this. If, for example, you're using a 4-pound test tippet for a regular fly, then you have to use 6-pound for this fly. The reason being is that when you cast it back and forth, it will have a tendency to twist on you. So you use a little heavier tippet. And that's how you solve that problem. So if I'm using a 4-pound tippet for regular dry fly, for this or any other parachute fly, I would use a 6-pound tippet. That way it'll prevent it from twisting. A very good fly for kokanee, as I said, or trout, but I use it for kokanee. Enjoy it.